Now, I thought this 309 ringgit smartwatch would be bad because let's face it, most gadgets and smartwatches around that price range are pretty bad. And you really shouldn't expect anything much out of it because you paid for that price. But for the Maimo Watch Flow, it turns out to be the real deal. This is a super beautiful 309 ringgit smartwatch that you thought it actually cost at least 700 to 800 ringgit. So I've been wearing it for a month already, and here are my thoughts about it. Now, the first thing that got me really amazed when I took the watch out of the box would be its stainless steel frame. Now, at just 300 ringgit, you really shouldn't be expecting such kind of excellent build quality, but the Maimo Watch Flow offers it because with a stainless steel build, you usually need to pay up to 800 ringgit and above for such kind of build quality on a smartwatch. And since it uses a stainless steel frame, it is also more durable to bumps and all that. And during my 1 month testing, I've been bumping the watch here and there, and so far it has not gotten any dents and scratches at all. And that's not all, it also has this really beautiful 1.6-inch AMOLED display that pushes a resolution of 320 by 360 pixels. It is very sharp, it's very bright, and very responsive to my touch as well. And I'm not sure what kind of protection glass that Maimo is using on this watch, but I can tell you that until today, it has not had any scratches at all. Now, of course, the screen bezels are a little thick to my liking, but since this is a 200 ringgit smartwatch, there's really nothing to complain about. The Maimo Watch Flow is a very comfortable smartwatch to wear. Not only it is lightweight, but I really like that it uses a matte base at the bottom here. Unlike some other glossy surfaces, this will not attract any smudges and scratches at all. It also has a very soft 22mm silicone strap that can be swapped if you want to, but I find that there's no need to do that because these silicone straps are really comfortable when you wear it for the whole day. Now, this is one of my favorite watch faces on the Maimo Watch Flow. It's colorful, it looks very simple, and once it goes to its always-on display, it has this very unique looking always-on display style that I really like. Now, let's swipe over to the right here. Now, this reveals a card about your daily activities and some other notifications that will appear right over here. It looks pretty simple right now because there's not much going on in my daily activities right now, but you even get some suggestions right here to tell you that to get power up, which means it asks you to do more workouts, right? Because I've not been active lately. So let's swipe over to the left right now. This reveals a couple of cards here. This is the music widget, weather widget, and timer widget. Swipe left again, and we get to sleep tracking, heart rate, and activity monitor, and swipe left again to go to your workout shortcuts. So you get a couple of workout shortcuts which can be configured on the app. Okay, now let's check out how the activity card looks like, shall we? So let's head on over here. So this is how my activity it is for the day. I've not been really active for today, so I've burned about 120 kcals, 644 steps, stood once. I actually stood more than that already. It's just that because I took it out. So yeah, this is some of the pretty simple information that the Maimo Watch Flow is able to show on the watch here, and it's really straightforward, which is why I really like it a lot. Now, to be honest, if you were to compare to things such as the Apple Watch or even Suntos and all that, this will not offer that much of detailed metrics out there, and that's because this is a 200 ringgit smartwatch. You shouldn't expect it to capture that much of data based on the amount of sensors that it actually has. Now, the beautiful thing about this Maimo Watch Flow is that not only it has a heart rate sensor, but it also has a SpO2 sensor, which is actually very important these days. And what even amazes me more is that it has a built-in GPS. I can show you that. So let's head on over to this outdoor running feature here. You will see that it has GPS right here. So yeah, for a smartwatch that's under 200 ringgit with built-in GPS, I would call that a big win over the rest. So the Maimo Watch Flow only has a single button on the right, and when you press on it, you get to your list of apps. The Maimo Watch Flow connects over to your phone using the Maimo Fit app like other Maimo smartwatches, and this is how the dashboard looks like. It is very simple, very informative, and you can even check back your history by just tapping on this. As you can see, I've been wearing this watch for a month, just that I skipped for a week because I was testing some other smartwatches. But as you can see, I have been wearing this for a very long time to find out actually how well it works for me. Now, this is a very simple user interface, as you can see. So this is the information that you can see, definitely more than what you can see on the Maimo watch out there. And you can actually even go by week, by month, or by year if you actually want to, which is something that you can't do on the watch itself. In terms of heart rate, this is what it is able to show you in summary, which I think is sufficient for most people already. And if we head on over to the stress levels here, it will even tell you on what your stress levels are for the day. As you can see throughout the afternoon, this is where I am most stressed during the 8th of February, which is normal because I'm working. So yeah, I'm most stressed on that day, but still, thankfully, it is still a moderate stress level, all right? Now, let's head back and let's get on to sleep here. Now, I really love the sleep tracking on the Maimo Watch Flow because I find it to be very, very accurate based on my own gut feeling, and it really detects my light sleep, REM, and deep sleep very, very well and accurately. Okay, and there's also SpO2, like I mentioned. The watch supports measuring blood oxygen levels, and just like the heart rate measurement, it offers you a very summarized data of what your blood oxygen levels are for the day. All right, let's head on over to device. Oh, by the way, there's also women health as well. So just in case you want to track your menstruation period and all that, you can actually use the Maimo Watch Flow as well. And you can even edit cards here. So there's no hidden items because I've basically enabled all the cards right here, but you can just rearrange them right here if you want to. Now let's head on over to device. This is where you can configure the Maimo Watch Flow. So notice that I've chosen this watch face, which is one of my favorite watch faces, but there's actually more. So if we head on over to this watch faces and we go to online, this is an insane amount of watch faces that you can download onto your Maimo watch. I basically have not downloaded all of them because I'm really happy with what I have on the watch here. But what makes me even more impressed is this custom watch face feature, which is super, super cool. Now, of course, you have the regular photo slideshow watch face, but what's super cool is this different watch faces for different outfits. So let's say if I tap on this one, and it's going to ask me to take a picture of my outfit, for instance. So if I take a photo of something, let's say if we take a picture of this Maimo watch box here and tap on OK, let's choose the box here, and if we tap on tick, it will kind of try to match the colors. You can see it's super cool. It kind of detects the color that's around the box and all that, and it will suggest a couple of textures that you can set it as your watch face, which I think is super, super cool. Now, as a smartwatch, the Maimo Watch Flow is definitely capable of receiving notifications from your smartphones. And what I really love about this is that you can configure which app you want notifications to be pushed over to your watch, which is less annoying than some other smartwatches that pushes every single app notifications by default. Now, unfortunately, even when I have my call and WhatsApp notifications sent over to the Maimo Watch Flow, the Maimo Watch Flow is not able to pick up my calls because it lacks a loudspeaker, and even when it comes to replying messages, it is not able to reply any sort of messages, even on SMS messages as well, which is quite a shame, but you know what, it's fine. I don't really reply messages on my smartwatch, which I will usually take out my phone and do a proper reply to my friends. Now let's check out the Me section right here, which is more of a personal customization on your targets and all that. So let's head on to the target settings. So this is where you can configure the target fitness levels that you want for yourself on a daily basis, and there's units of measurement. So even if you stay in the US and if you use the imperial measurement, it will support that measurement, so you don't need to worry about that. Now, what I'm really happy is that it supports third-party services. It supports syncing over to Google Fit, which is, I think, is really good. And if you use an iPhone, it supports syncing your fitness data over to Apple Health. Now, I kind of wish that it will have some other services such as Strava and Runkeeper and some other apps out there, but I think having Google Fit is kind of more than sufficient for my own usage. Now, since I've been wearing the Maimo Watch Flow for a month, I can totally testify the claim of Maimo's claim on its battery life. So if I'm not doing any fitness activities for an entire week and I'm just wearing it as a normal watch while receiving some notifications from my smartphone, it can definitely last up to 12 days on a single charge, which is super amazing. And let's say I'm doing some outdoor runs for like 2 days in a week and so on, it will still last about 10 days of battery life, which I think is super amazing for a fitness watch of this price range. At just 309 ringgit, it is unbelievable on what the Maimo Watch Flow is able to offer on the table. It has a great stainless steel build quality, a beautiful 1.6-inch AMOLED display with a curved glass, and great fitness tracking features. This is a package that's hard to come by on a similar price smartwatch, and I totally recommend that you go check it out. So yup, that's all for my thoughts on the Maimo Watch Flow after using it for a month. So let me know what are your thoughts in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos coming right up, and we'll see you in the next one.